Hello YouTube, this is Ryan Hollingsworth with the history of the Ku Klux Klan Brotherhood. This is one of the very first good video about the history of Ku Klux Klan. Alright, this begins back in, let's put some little jam into the music before we start, shall we? Okay, it starts back in the American Civil South after the Civil War began as a secret society dedicated to maintaining white supremacists. Writing for History Extra, Linda Gordon explores the roots of organized exposing the mass movement in the 1920s and considers the politics swell that the Klan held in the early 20th century America. This is the picture you can see back in September 20th, 2018 at 12:30 p.m. That was this year. So, you see the white outfits on. They changed it nowadays. And you see the capo in the back. You do not have to be American to understand the renewed interest in the Ku Klux Klan. Today, the Ku Klux Klan is one small outfit among white nationalists. But for centuries and a half, it was leading the voice of broad grid in the U.S. through its history, particularly that of its 1920s avatar, can offer some insight into the coding organization of the Klan and its kind of organization. The Southern Poverty Law Center, the leading source of data on the outer right, lists dozens of organizations, idolater list. Some of them with many chapters: National Society, Alien Brotherhood, Christian Identity, Patriot Front, White Boy Society, Seven Citizens, Pose Communists, and many more. They all grow out of law American tradition. In this picture you see an African American in a white shirt and Lady African American in a red dress. The rise of the Klan. The KKK first arose in the southern states immediately after the Civil War, 1861 to 1865. A secret mass society dedicated to maintain white supremacists, which entitled and ensuring that newly immigrant African Americans will never be able to access politics, civil, or economic rights. By 1877, the federal government had deducted its responsibility to guarantee the rights of the freed people, which meant the Klan faced no effective opposite. Basically, the Klan of this area was a terrorist group, and the perceived meaning of that term. It used torture and murder, especially lynching, as an economic con, not only to punish individuals who seem to challenge white power, but also to terrorize the whole black population. Much of its success rests on construction field. This was accomplished through a repetition course of false allegations, topically about black males sexually aggressive towards white women. These accusations drew white women into fearfulness that the father legitimate white terrorism. The few southern white elites who opposed the Klan typically justified inaction by arguing that it was private, non-state organization and poor inducted white trash, so police and courts were powerless to control it. That siege was bogus. Police and sheriffs collided with and often joined the Klan, ensuring that it could operate with impunity. Those who justify inaction also claim that the Klan robs, hoods, and masks made it impossible to identify Klan robes. Members. This was not actually true. In most communities, the identity of Klansmen was well known. In this picture, you see the cross being burned of the sign, and then the red robe and the white robe and white hat and so on. Members of the Ku Klux Klan burned across Baltimore, Maryland, 1923. It was claimed that the Klan robs hoods, and masks made it impossible to identify Klan members. Through Linda Gordon explains that most communities' identification of Klansmen were well known. Second wave. The KKK remained confined to the South until the 1920s, when it exploded in a mass movement in the northern states, buoyed by the 1915 film The Birth of the Nation, which Debbie Savage, especially African Americans, intended on raping white women who was rescued by the KKK. Moved somewhere between 3 and 6 million members. But the second Klan was definitely a beast. It succeeded in regions where the black population is still very small, 2.3% in the northeast, 0.9% in the west, resulted from the Astor strategy move, while remaining so vigilant, racist as its ancestors, aligning itself with native and anti-immigrant campaign. It focused its demographic both tri-immigrants and Catholics and Jews, added them as subjects of loathing, did not require a major reverse of the first Klan's ideology, because many of the new immigrants were not then considered white to many white Americans who have Jews descended from early immigrants. These newcomers, Jews, Italian, even Irish, weren't exactly colored, but not white. Either in the dominant American understanding of race, they became white over time as implant themselves into the labor market. And the Pacific parties, whiteness, those stood for ethnic Americans, from which people of color were permanently excluded. In this picture, you see the KK holding this guy, I guess. I don't know what they're exactly doing. A still from Dr. Wolf's 1945 film, The Birth of the Nation. Actor costume and regional of the KKK chased down a white actor in blackface. In the 1920 Klan Bogotry was entry mainstream and was probably shared by the most white protest Americans that this 1920s KK stood out. Only in intense and breadth of the field, Mogan, for example, made institute at this time include most elite universities, either includes Jews, established Jews, quotes, moreover, eugenics was divided humans into inferior and superior categories, except as good science and health policy by many academics, except taught in most biologist textbooks of this period. Providing science fiction validation for bi-tri. Unlike the first Klan and most of the today's white nationalists, the 1920s KK was religious organization. Its constitution had evangelic revival and claimed to have 40,000 ministries among its members. Although this figure is almost certain an exaggeration, it's certain that thousands of ministries lured the Klan in their sermons. The Klan Klux fans includes the first great radio evangelist, Robert Schuller, media celebrity, Annie Simple Mel Person, and Bob Jones, founder of today's constant Bob Jones University. So, there you have it on the KKK's Brotherhood, the history. Alright. That was a good history about KKK. We learned that that the KKK is an uncivilized group that excluded Jews, African Americans, any of them race, and they're the superior leaders of the U.S. back in the 1920s, and we learned that they had more members then and then today, and they had Bob Jones as one of the members, and he founded the Bob Jones University. So that's what we found out today. If you like this video, please leave a like, and please comment below, like below, and subscribe below, or wherever you see my face on the video. Please subscribe for more content, and please take a look at my new channel, Go to Be Gamers. It talks about gaming news, gaming, anything you like about gaming. Please check out that link I provide, and thank you, and talk to you guys later on Right Holmesworth.